Hi, my name is Erin Seamer, and I'm going back to school to get my special education teaching credential. I have worked in the Redlands, California School District for the last 14 years in special education. I've worked in classrooms ranging from preschool, junior high, high school, mild, moderate, mod severe, and I even spent a little bit of time in a behavior intervention classroom. All of this experience has allowed me to witness both sides of the teaching dispositions, the good and the bad. There are a few that I feel like I've got a good grasp on that will help me make a great teacher and I want to implement in my classroom. And there are a few that I have set the goal to work on and kind of learn more throughout this program. The 5 dispositions that I feel are my strengths are high expectations, fairness, advocacy, reflection, and compassion. Starting with high expectations, I have learned that setting high expectations for students really helps them gain good work ethic and time management skills. An actual example of this in the classroom would be not accepting late work beyond excused absences, things like that, a special circumstance that you've made for a student, and that really hones in on their time management skills. The next 2, I believe, go together. They kind of go hand in hand, is fairness and advocacy. Although it is true that fair does not always mean equal, students don't always see it that way. And in special education, we make it fair by basically it's an IEP. Each child has an individualized education plan. They have their own goals and their own accommodations, and the advocacy part comes in the classroom. I always make sure that all of our students know what their goals are and what their accommodations are, so they know how and when they can be using them in our classroom, and as they go out into the gen ed population or into other classrooms, that they make sure that they are advocating for themselves, and then we also help them advocate amongst other teachers and things like that. Next up is reflection, and that is always important for growing and being able to work with all the changes in the curriculum and the standards and the things that are always changing like that. This was modeled to me actually in several different classrooms in several ways that I think that I would also incorporate. Some examples are like Google Forms that students can fill out with their feedback after tests, projects, what went well, what didn't go well. Another really great way of reflection is meeting with other teachers that are kind of teaching the same thing, exchanging ideas or getting help like if something didn't go well. And lastly, compassion, that one is actually really easy for me. My teens have always called our house the group home, that we are always taking in kids, helping people. In the classroom, I believe in every child walking through the door should feel respected, loved, cared for, special in their own way. And I also think that in the classroom that looks like being approachable, getting to know your students, making exceptions when they need it, also knowing where to send them for resources if they need that in their life. The 2 dispositions that I feel like I would like to set the goal to work on are respect for the diversity of others and curiosity. So as far as respect for diversity of others, I feel like I do a good job of that. I make every child feel welcome. Every child is cared for. Everybody is treated with respect. Where I see the struggle is I am on the older side, and with all of the new changes in the gender ideology, I struggle a little bit with that from the biblical standpoint, and I need to learn how to help those students. Where does my help end and where to send them, where do we, all of the basically in that area is new to me, and that I need to work for that. And lastly, the last one I believe would probably be curiosity. I have worked for the district for a long time. I've been ABA trained. I've been to several trainings, BSM, all these things. And sometimes when we're sitting in a new training or whatever, we're looking at each other, teachers, and like, when is the last time this person has been in a classroom? And it really has kind of killed the curiosity for me to learn more. And I would like to find something to motivate me to continue to want to learn. So thank you very much. Have